Welcome to A-List Stories. Tonight we'll listen to the story of Ruky and the Christmas Spirit. Close your eyes and listen carefully. Ruky was a small, fluffy dog who lived in a very comfortable house on Maple Street. Too comfortable if you asked anyone who had seen him snoring on his back like a retired reindeer. He had a cloud-soft bed, a toy basket overflowing like a volcano of squeakers, and a family that served him treats faster than an elf assembly line. Ruky's daily routine went like this: wake up, yawn dramatically, demand breakfast, nap from the effort of demanding breakfast, select a toy, the newest one always, nap again, repeat until bedtime. Ruky didn't just take things for granted. He took things for granted professionally. One snowy Christmas Eve, he flopped onto his back, paws up, and groaned. "Why is everything always the same? I only got 3 new toys today. 3! That's when the fireplace suddenly whoomped in a very un-fireplace way. A swirl of sparkles filled the room, and out stepped Santa Claus, brushing off snow and cookie crumbs. Ruky shrieked, "Ah! A burglary! A very jolly burglary!" Santa laughed so hard his belly actually shook like a bowl full of jelly. "Calm down, Ruky. It's me." Ruky put a paw on his chest. "You almost jingle bells scared me to death." Santa raised an eyebrow. "Ruky, we need to talk. You might not fully understand Christmas." "I understand it perfectly," Ruky said proudly. "It's the holiday where I receive things. Lots of things. Preferably squeaky." Santa extended a hand. "Come, let me show you something." With a swirl of magic, Ruky found himself beside Santa in the sleigh, soaring into the starlit sky. The houses below twinkled like tiny lanterns in the night. They arrived at a small neighborhood on the other side of town. Snow piled high on roofs, and lights flickered softly in windows. Except for one house, dark and quiet. Inside, a little boy sat on a thin blanket, hugging a threadbare scarf. His breath came out in small clouds. Ruky's ears drooped. "Why doesn't he turn on the heat?" he asked. "He can't," Santa said softly. "His family is trying their best, but some things are still out of reach." Ruky lowered his head. He thought of his warm bed waiting at home. At the next house, a boy sat on the floor, rolling an empty cardboard tube like a race car. He made engine sounds with his mouth, laughing even though he had no real toys. Ruky frowned. "Why doesn't he ask for some? I always get new toys." Santa's eyes twinkled sadly. "Some children learn to dream with very little." Ruky clutched the edge of Santa's coat. "I never knew." Their final stop was a shelter where families huddled on thin mats. A little girl looked up at Ruky with big, hopeful eyes. Ruky stepped close, letting the child wrap tiny, cold arms around him. The hug was small, but it felt big. The little girl whispered, "You're the softest thing I ever touched." Ruky's heart tightened. He had always had softness, warmth, comfort. He had never imagined a world without it. Santa knelt beside him. "Ruky, you have a home full of love, a warm bed, food you never worry about. But you've grown so used to these things, you forgot they are gifts." Ruky looked at the child again. I didn't know how lucky I was." When they returned home, Ruky didn't zoom to his toy basket. He didn't flop into his bed. He didn't demand a post-adventure snack. Instead, he looked at all his things, his mountain of toys, his pile of blankets, his endless snacks. And he felt something new: gratitude and a little embarrassment. Ruky turned to Santa and said, "I think I may have been slightly, possibly, definitely, a tiny bit spoiled." Santa burst out laughing. "A tiny bit?" Ruky rolled his eyes. Okay, a lot." He marched to his toy basket and began selecting toys, blankets, and treats. The good ones, too. "Let's give these to the kids. I don't need this many squeakers," he mumbled. Then added, "Don't tell anyone I said that." Santa winked. "Your secret is safe. Merry Christmas, Ruky." The next morning, Ruky's family found him sleeping proudly beside the Christmas tree, surrounded by a neat pile of gifts he planned to donate. He wasn't perfect. He still demanded snacks and stole socks. But he never again took his warm, loving home for granted. And from that day on, Ruky's heart stayed open, warm, and generous, glowing a little brighter every Christmas. I hope you enjoyed our A-list story. Till next time, be smart and kind.